SGA debates continue at Ball State tonight, the second of 3 debates. A full recap of the event just ahead.
Slate about their platform.
It's crazy to me.
And a Ball State student hits the shot of his life. Find out who sank the bucket and how much money he won.
We had a slippery morning along with snow showers on and off throughout the afternoon. How will we see more of this wintry precipitation? Find out in my full forecast.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Emerson Lehman.
And I'm Esther Bauer. The Student Government Association held their second debate this evening at the Student Center.
NewsLink Indiana's Brittany Ehrman is joining us now with a recap of the event. Brittany, good evening.
All right, good evening, guys. Well, the SGA slate's running Elevate, United, and Empower took the stage for the second of 3 debates tonight, and this one being the all-slate debate. Take a look.
How will you accomplish these goals?
Question after question as the mediator drills each SGA slate about their platform points.
For each of the slates,
While about 50 students listen closely, wondering what slate they'll vote for. Students just like political science major Sarah Meyer. She's a senior and says she came in with an open mind and she's still not sure who she'll vote for.
I think the amount of competition is fantastic. I am really excited to see this amount of interest in Student Government Association since it does have a really important role in connecting students in the administration.
Which was one of the key topics during the debate, the concept of each slate pushing for more student involvement with SGA.
It's something that we want to bring back, something that was one of the first things we talked about bringing back.
And more questions swirling around more diversity and inclusion on campus.
We have a platform that's geared specifically to helping students feel united,
Meyer stressed going to these debates gives an opportunity for students to get a deeper look on what each slate promises to see through if elected.
So I think that if you attend one of these events, you're going to get a lot of information, and that's going to be really helpful information in deciding who to vote for.
Now, Emerson and Esther, the presidential town hall debate begins tomorrow night in the Art and Journalism building, and all presidential candidates participate and answer questions submitted by students. So pretty cool opportunity for students there, and on the February 25th, that's when they vote.
Awesome. Now, Brittany Ehrman joining us at the desk tonight.
Brittany, thank you so much. We look forward to that event. One lucky Ball State student is now a little richer. It's all thanks to a half-court shot challenge during the Ball State basketball game on Saturday.
So exciting. Now, NewsLink Indiana's Tanner Holbrook spoke to the student and joins us live in Worthen Arena now. Tanner.
Yeah, guys, it happened right here on this court. Ball State freshman Noah Wechter made the shot from this line, and it had to travel all the way to that hoop, and he walked away with a huge chunk of change. Between working a job and going to classes, Noah Wechter doesn't have much free time. But what he doesn't have to worry about is some extra cash.
I went to the game, and it was like immediately when I sat down, somebody came up and they asked me if I wanted to shoot a half-court shot, and I was like, well, yeah, of course I do.
It's all thanks to a challenge called the Vault. How it works is if he makes a half-court shot, he wins $10,000.
I went and I shot it, and I didn't think it was gonna go in. I kind of put it up, and I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Oh! And he cracked the vault, nothing but net. Something he has dreamed about since he was a kid.
I just remember me and my friend, we'd always watch them do the promotion. We're like, dude, if we got the chance to shoot a half-court shot, like we would 100% make it. And after I started celebrating, I was gonna do like the J.R. Smith celebration where he got down on a knee and kind of windmilled his arm with the 3-point symbol. And I forgot to get down on the knee part, and I just kind of forgot what I was doing, so I just kind of ran away.
All right, some technical difficulties there, unfortunately, but NewsLink's Tanner Holbrook live at Worthen Arena. Tanner, thank you.
Awesome. And Wechter says he will try to put the money towards paying for school. And now Josh will have more tonight on Cardinal basketball coming up in sports. So Emerson, that was such an exciting thing to see happen over the weekend. But what has not been exciting is the weather.
That's right. Still a little dreary, a little too cold for my liking. But
no
hopefully,
sun.
No sun, exactly. We want to see some sunshine. Hopefully Steven's got some good news for us.
Hey, no sun, no fun, right, guys? Hey, good evening, everyone. It was slippery this morning due to the freezing rain last night, and we saw some snow showers today as well. But fortunately, the snow showers are finally pushing out of the viewing area slowly to the south, while leaving us with some low-level clouds. Across the state, it is quite cold right now, actually, as well. Upper 20s, 28 in Indianapolis, 23 in Kokomo, 28 in Lafayette, 29 down in Bloomington. Here on Ball State's campus, we're at 27 degrees, light west-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour, making us feel like 20 degrees. If you're heading out tonight, grab that jacket. In my full forecast, I'll discuss the next system that looks to come in early Wednesday morning, potentially bringing some snow.
All right, Stephen, we'll hear from you in a bit. The Aurora community in Illinois is grieving after a shooting that killed 5 community members. Meredith Wood reports how the community is coming together.
I'm thankful and grateful for them as our hearts mourn for those that we've lost.
Gathered with heavy hearts on Sunday, people paying tribute to the victims of last week's deadly workplace shooting.
To simply offer condolences is not enough. It doesn't measure the amount of pain that we feel for the loss that we've experienced here in this community.
Police say 45-year-old Gary Martin went on a shooting rampage Friday. He had just been let go from his job at the Henry Pratt manufacturing facility in Aurora, Illinois. 5 people were killed, all employees of Henry Pratt.
Friday was basically the worst day our company has ever had.
Memorial crosses for the victims lined the sidewalk outside the plant. Dozens of people gathered for a silent walk of solidarity Saturday afternoon. The 5 victims, identified as Trevor Wayner, Clayton Parks, Russell Byer, Vicente Juarez, and Josh Pinkard.
It's just a hard time still trying to cope with all this.
As the family and friends of the victims cope with their loss, authorities and corporate officials are working together to investigate the tragedy. According to police, Martin had a lengthy criminal record, including 6 prior arrests by Aurora police and a felony conviction in Mississippi.
Absolutely, he was not supposed to be in possession of a firearm.
I'm Meredith Wood reporting.
One of the victims killed was an intern starting his first day. NewsLink Indiana will continue to follow this story as it develops. Just ahead, the next edition of the Wellness Minute. Find out why people might be a little bit nicer this week.
That's right, Emerson, and how the Muncie Animal Shelter is trying to get one of its regular visitors adopted. Next on NewsLink Indiana.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, she seems fine to me.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, he was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone? No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. And Esther, this week is a special one that many people might not have heard of.
That's right, Emerson. It's Random Acts of Kindness Week, which I love,
Yes.
and Ball State is getting in on the action. NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett joins us live in the newsroom with the latest minute. Tyler?
Yeah, Emerson and Esther, good evening. Kindness, it's something that many people believe this world needs a lot more of. And that's the message the Office of Institutional Diversity is trying to push this week. So you might be asking, what does Random Acts of Kindness Week have to do with wellness? Well, as Interim Associate Vice President for Diversity, Melinda Messinio explains, being kind does have a variety of health benefits.
First of all, we know that it increases our serotonin levels and our oxytocin levels, and those are really important in terms of our own health and well-being. We also know that it reduces anxiety and that acts of kindness help build social bonds, and social bonds are related to health as well.
And what you're seeing here is video from the Random Acts of Kindness website. And one other point Messinio wants to make is that there are many ways for you to be kind. She says often it's the littlest things you do in everyday life that makes the biggest difference.
Like letting people in traffic when you might be inclined to not let them into line, or holding doors open, or acknowledging when someone did something that you were really excited about, or just acknowledging that you're really glad that they're there.
Now, we do want to let you know there are many ways for you to get involved. The Office of Institutional Diversity and Working Well created this bingo card here with a list of ways to be kind. Some of the spots on the card include helping a random person, writing a thank you note, or my personal favorite, the spot that says took myself on a date. That's definitely what I'm going to do after the show, and that's all for this Wellness Minute. Emerson and Nestor will go and send it back to you guys there in the studio.
All right, Tyler, thank you. A fantastic story there. And for more information on Random Acts of Kindness Week, go to randomactsofkindness.org.
And tonight, the FAA is investigating how Southwest Airlines calculates the weight of checked bags, a probe that started 1 year ago. The Wall Street Journal reports FAA officials and agency documents indicate airline workers made mistakes, which caused pilots to calculate the wrong weight of planes at takeoff. The errors occasionally caused the takeoff weights to be 1,000 pounds below the plane's actual weight. Southwest Airlines says new procedures have enhanced the weight and balance program, resolving the issue previously reported to the FAA. Reports say the FAA has not decided whether it will fine or otherwise punish the airline. And back here in Muncie, the Muncie Animal Shelter currently has 83 pups waiting for adoption. NewsLink Indiana got to meet a dog named Zeke, who has been waiting a couple of months for a loving family. Zeke is waiting for his forever family at the Muncie Animal Shelter. He has been in and out of the shelter since he was just a puppy. Animal lover Tucker Eckweiler says having an energetic dog can cause issues such as the zoomies.
Nervous energy, and they just run around. He'll do it in his kennel a lot. If he's nervous or lonely, he'll chase his tail, or he likes to shred his blankets. So unfortunately, we can't give him too many blankets when we leave for the night. But so yeah, like nervous shredding, maybe chewing on things or something like that. But they can be trained out of it.
And for more information on adopting Zeke, contact the Animal Shelter at 765-747-4851. All right, Steven, so give us, what can we expect coming up in the weather?
Well, Esther, we will drop towards the lower 20s for the overnight hours. I'll have your full forecast right after the break.
For those who serve today and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana, and Esther, as you mentioned, it's been pretty dreary, pretty cold, but there might be some hope on the way with a little warmer weather.
Yeah, I need some of that hope because this cold weather is not cutting it for me. I'm always freezing, so please tell me some good news about the warmth.
I'll tell you this, Muncie, Indiana winter weather, it is usually really cold with the wind too, but warm weather is on the way. We'll get to that later in the forecast. It was a slippery morning commute for many folks across the viewing area. Due to the freezing rain last night, we've seen snow showers too occur across the afternoon hours. And it's starting to slowly make its way out of the viewing area, leaving us with some low-level clouds. Clouds will build back in for the overnight hours. Temperatures right now, it is quite chilly across the state in the upper 20s, 23 in Kokomo, 28 in Lafayette, and in Indianapolis, 29 for you folks down in Bloomington. Here on Ball State's campus, we are at 27 degrees, light west-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour, but it's making us feel like 20 degrees. It's a bit chilly. Make sure to have that warm coat if you're heading out tonight for any study sessions at Bracken Library. For tonight's forecast, we'll drop to a low of 21 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, light winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Dry but cold for tonight. Breaking down your Tuesday, we'll start off at 23 at 9 a.m., 30 at noon, around 33 by 3 o'clock. We'll get to around 34 for the high. Light winds out of the east-northeast. Clouds will build in the afternoon hours, and this will lead into our next system. Looks to come in for Wednesday morning. Cloud cover will begin for Tuesday night, and around 2, 3 o'clock, we'll start seeing snow pushing in from the south, and this will slowly push into the viewing area. And right around 7 or 8 o'clock, we'll start to see a changeover to some mix, which will cause some sloppier conditions for your Wednesday morning commute, and then a changeover to all rain. And these scattered showers look to continue throughout most of the afternoon hours. Now, speaking of snow accumulations, we're looking around 2 to 4 inches across most of the viewing area with some isolated higher amounts possible. Overall, Wednesday is looking to be kind of a sloppy commute, but thankfully, once this system passes, our temperatures will go up a little bit and most of this will melt in a hurry. Speaking of rain chances, we're going to stay rather quiet other than Wednesday's system pushing through. Thursday and Friday stay dry, but Saturday, we ramp back up the rain chances. There could be an isolated thunderstorm. I'm not ruling it out because the temperature's going to be ramping back up towards the 50s. Yes, spring-like weather is on the way. In the 7-day forecast, we'll reach 42 for your Wednesday, 41 Thursday, 44 Friday with some peaks of sunshine, 53 as I was mentioning on Saturday, but that rain throughout the day will likely impact that mild weather the nice feel like for Saturday with the temperatures being in the 50s. Rain looks to continue into Sunday morning, but then it will clear out and give way to some peaks of sunshine on Sunday. 48 for the high, 41 for the high on Monday with some more peaks of sunshine. So Esther and Emerson, yes, it's looking like it's going to be rather mostly dry for the next 7 days. Just a couple of systems pushing through, but other than that, we're going to break off from this colder weather that we saw a couple weeks ago, so thankfully that's how it's going to be for the next couple of days.
I'm looking forward to Saturday.
The 50, I saw 53.
It's going to rain, so that's not fantastic, but you know, I can put up with a little rain. It's the colder temperatures that I'm really getting sick of.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely. It's not too bad with the mild weather. I'll take it too.
And it's funny because, you know, we complain so much about the cold weather, but we're still in the dead middle of winter, so
one more
month.
month.
I guess we can't complain too much.
Yes, just 5 more weeks of winter and we'll be in spring.
All right, Stephen, thank you so much. Josh, what's coming up in sports?
All right, well, the Ball State men's basketball team is riding a 3-game win streak thanks to some late-game heroics. And the Ball State gymnastics meet. The Cardinals in white uniforms had a hint of lime green. Find out why after the break.
Isn't this perfect?
It was my pleasure. May I?
Adam, I can't thank you enough for saving me from that sweepstakes scam. I could have lost everything.
It was a classic cat and mouse game. Remember, you never have to pay to play.
You're my hero.
Oh.
After all these years. What's the matter, Adam? cat got your tongue?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josh Shelton with sports. Almost a week ago, Ball State snapped a 4-game skid by edging out a tough Northern Illinois team by a single point. The Cardinals were able to extend their winning streak to 3 games in the same fashion against the visiting Akron Zips. NewsLink Indiana's Ben Acker tells us why this win will give them momentum heading into the rest of conference play.
Saturday's back-and-forth affair wouldn't be decided until the final minute when Trey Moses tipped home Taylor Person's shot to give the Cardinals the lead with 15 seconds remaining in the second half. Good defense from KJ Walton helped the Cardinals hold on and win their 3rd straight game by the final score of 57-56. Taylor Persons talked about the importance of the fans as they try to gain momentum heading into their remaining conference games before the MAC tournament.
I mean, it feels good just to, give our loyal fans that have been supporting us for years to get some wins here, and we needed them tonight, today. And we're going to need them in the future, so just stay with us. Like I said early in the season, we knew we were going to be okay to get a run going and get some wins. And, before this game, we were 2 games back. Akron's the 4th seed from the bye, so you never know where the season's going to go. We got 6 more games, so we got to keep playing.
Ball State's next conference matchup will be on the road against the Miami Redhawks. 4 Ball State players finished with 9 rebounds, most of which came off of Akron's missed 3-pointers. The Cardinals will look to keep that trend going against a Miami team that also likes to live behind the arc.
We're looking at this, about 9 of us had 9 rebounds. So, everybody's just crashing. They shoot a lot of threes, so it's a lot of long rebounds. And we just make sure you put a body on somebody and just try to go get the ball.
Now, Ball State will try to get the win in Oxford to extend their win streak to 4 games. In Muncie, Ben Acker, NewsLink Indiana.
Tip-off against the Redhawks is set for tomorrow evening at 7. And sports teams are as much a mental game as they are physical, but oftentimes mental illnesses go unnoticed because unlike physical illness, the symptoms aren't always obvious. As a part of the Mid-American Conference Mental Health Awareness Initiative, Ball State Gymnastics showed their support at this weekend's home meet. NewsLink Indiana's Colton Howard has more.
Lime green. Alone, it's just a color. But over the weekend, this color unified an entire conference. In support of the MAC's Mental Health Awareness Initiative, gymnastic teams throughout the conference traded in their school color ribbons for green. The thing about mental health is, it affects everyone differently. We all have our own stories.
I suffer with anxiety and depression, and so does my sister. So, we have kind of that, tie that keeps us together, and it's warming to know that somebody else is going through the same things you're going through.
We support for various reasons.
I have a lot of friends that mental health does affect them, and so it really hits me hard, and so it's kind of just it's definitely something that people need to be aware of, and I'm glad we're shedding a light on it.
A closely fought match ending in a tough loss is enough for an athlete to get down in their spirits. But much like the message mental health awareness brings, the Cardinals understand they'll live to fight another day.
I have to tell myself that I'm fine, or I second guess myself. So kind of just mentally telling myself and using my cues, and we have this thing called a recipe card where every event you have a recipe and what you say to yourself during it. So yeah, I don't know, but it works and I got it done, so I was happy about that.
Sunday's home meet was the first of 3 straight Sundays where fans can see the Cardinals at Worthen Arena. Coming up this Sunday is a tri-meet featuring Illinois and Southeast Missouri. And a tough loss by just a point, but it's great to see athletes put mental health at the forefront of their competition.
Certainly very cool initiative by the MAC conference to be able to do that for the athletes. Josh, a great story there.
Absolutely.
And it's also, I feel like on the college campus, sometimes you don't talk about that, so it's great that they're bringing awareness and talking about it.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, Josh. Thank you.
Coming up, a celebrity couple is tying the knot. Find out who had a surprise proposal.
And another celebrity is adding to his family in a different way. Coming up next on NewsLink Indiana.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. It's time now, Esther, to take a look at what's trending.
I'm excited as always, and joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Lily Cedardahl. Lily, what do you have for us?
Well, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have just announced that fans followed on since 2016. I'm sure you will be happy to hear that they took their relationship to the next level on Valentine's Day.
Ooh, exciting.
It hasn't even been a week since the surprise engagement between Perry and Bloom, and the ring is already striking up a lot of controversy. Critics are saying that the ring Bloom bought for Perry looks very similar to the one for his ex-wife Miranda Kerr. Despite the controversy over the $5 million ring, the couple is said to be really excited and happy for the future. The engagement wasn't the only exciting thing that happened this Valentine's Day. Country singer Luke Bryan's family got a little bigger after rescuing an 18-year-old dog named Poochie. Ryan rescued Poochie at the Nashville area rescue organization called Proverbs 1210. Luke and his wife found their dog through the Proverbs 1210 social media page, and the two fell in love. Poochie is already acclimating well with the whole Bryan family, and he is playing with all the other animals at their Tennessee farm.
Well, Poochie is just so cute. I love the photos, and I'm so glad that they found him by rescuing him.
Absolutely. Stephen, how about one final look at the weather?
All right, well, on Wednesday, we will see that wintry system move in with a high of 42 degrees, that rain-snow mix going into motion with that system. 41 Thursday, 44 Friday, 53 on Saturday, rain throughout the day, possible isolated thunderstorm, 40 on Sunday, 41 on Monday.
All right, Stephen, thank you. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.